Fellas, what's the word, man? Uh, man, I just had some crazy shit happen to me today. I mean, the other day, man. Um, and right now I'm sitting in a Chick-fil-A parking lot about to get me some food, but this shit was weighing heavy on my mind, so I decided to pull the camera out. A couple of days ago, fellas, a little bit of backstory. I used to talk to this chick, right? And this chick had a man. I was playing the side piece role. Uh, fellas, and back then I didn't have really too much dick discipline. You know what I'm saying? I would entertain a lot of chicks I probably shouldn't entertain, fuck around and play with shit I probably shouldn't fuck around with, and uh, you know, and it caused me a lot of turmoil, a lot of stress, right? And this was around the time when I started to get in the best shape of my life, right? I had lost 100 pounds. I was looking good. I was feeling good, right? And I just felt, women started choosing me, giving me signals, and really, really starting to fuck with me, as I started kind of going through my glow up phase. And I entertained a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have, you know. And one of those situations, fellas, was a chick who had she had a dude, they was together. Um, and me and this chick ended up messing around for a long time, like years, bro, like 1 to 2 years. Um, and long story short, fellas, it got to a point to where we stopped. We ended up stopped. Not we didn't kind of plan it. It's just we just stopped talking. Like we went our separate ways. I got super busy. I started going through a lot of shit. She was going through a lot of shit, and just got to a point to where we just didn't really have time for all that fuck shit. At the end of the day, man, it's kind of like just grow apart from people, And it wasn't no hard feelings. Like we ain't wasn't no blocking or nothing. We just went our separate ways. Two different lives we live in, right? And I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't never gonna amount to anything serious, right? We was just messing around on the side. She had a dude, and I was cool with being a side piece. I played my role. I didn't overstep no boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no chance of me doing that, right? Because I already knew what it was. I knew what I had got myself into, and I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So being that we stopped talking, fellas, we still got each other on social media, but we don't follow each other. So like, I wouldn't interact with any of her posts, and she won't interact with mine because obviously she got a dude, right? If she do that, he gonna get the gist. But the other day, fellas, I was editing some videos on TikTok, right? And we got each other on TikTok, but we don't follow each other. But on TikTok, like if you got somebody number, their videos will pop up on your For You page, right? So I would still see her shit, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. But we wouldn't follow or wouldn't interact with it, you know, obviously to cause issues on her end and her household. But I was editing some videos on TikTok, man, the other day, and for some reason, like a fucking dweeb, I fell asleep, right? And I ended up falling a fucking sleep, fellas, like a dumbass, right? I passed out and I had my phone open and I was in the TikTok app editing videos, editing some clips from a YouTube video. And man, I fucking passed out, fell asleep, fellas, and I guess I was rolling over my phone. And for some fucking reason, man, I just started sharing videos with people. Like, you know how you butt dial somebody? Or like you accidentally share a video that you're not supposed to? I guess I was rolling over my phone in my sleep. And bro, the odds, and this is, a lot of this is just the devil trying to test a nigga, bro. But a lot of this was kind of, I would say, karma, right? But the odds, right? Like, so I ended up sharing a video, bro, it was a YouTube clip of myself, like a video I had posted, but I was asleep. So I didn't like, I guess, I don't know, through the devil himself, man, this fucking video ended up getting sent to this chick, right? And I wake up and I see the first thing I see, fellas, is like an open inbox with my video sent to her. And I'm like, holy fuck. right? And it just, my fucking heart just dropped. Because, like, y'all don't understand, fellas, like, I know my role, you know what I'm saying? I know not to do no goofy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, bro, I could have butt dialed anybody, fellas. It could have been my mom, right? I could have sent the video to some random person, you know? But the worst possible thing that could happen was to me send a video to her. And what do you fucking know, fellas? I wake up and the fucking inbox is open with a video of me sent to her, right? And I know I have no little to no communication with this chick because, like I said, you got to play your role when you the side piece, right? And I instantly deleted the video. I think you can delete everything on TikTok. Like, you can even delete that you sent it to them or just the thing, regardless. But it still got sent to her, so she know I sent something. And in her defense, bro, she blocked me because, like, what, like, from fellas, from her point of view, it can be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? What are you trying to do to me right now? You know, like, I know, like, you know better. You know what I'm saying? And I do. But my dumb ass fell asleep and rolled over my phone, and somehow a fucking video gets sent to her. Like, I was in shock, fellas. Like, what are the odds? And that's why I started to say, bro, like, it ain't nobody but the devil, bro. The devil trying to drift you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It'll try to drift you as much as possible and lead to so much bullshit. I literally went to sleep and woke up to probably the worst situation that could ever happen, right? Why, of all people, does that message get sent to her? But I deleted the shit, and, you know, I have little to no communication with this chick because, you know, this chick got a man. I can't just be texting her out the blue, you know what I'm saying? And ended up being able to, like, apologize and let her know that it was an accident. She never responded, but she knows, she seen, you know what I'm saying, that it was an accident. But she ended up blocking me on TikTok, which is cool. Like, I'll stay blocked, you know what I'm saying? But so that shit doesn't even have a chance to happen again. But it ain't no hard feelings or nothing. You know, I understand it from her point of view. So it's never no beef or no smoke. You know what I'm saying? It was just my dumb ass fell asleep, and then through the grace of the devil, that shit happened. But it just goes to show, fellas, like, as unfortunate as that is, fellas, this is my fault. And, like, I always hold y'all niggas accountable and tell y'all, like, to control y'all lust and be disciplined. Fellas, it comes from a place because I did it. I fell into lust. I didn't have no discipline when it came to sex and women, right? And that was one of the areas, right? That was one of the situations that I didn't exercise no discipline. You know, I shouldn't have been messing with a chick with a whole dude. You know how dangerous that situation would be, you know? But I still chose to do it. Because back then, fellas, I didn't have no fucking discipline, right? I had discipline in the gym, my diet, but when it came to sexual discipline, I didn't have it. And I had to learn. And fellas, my lack of fucking discipline all could have cost me a lot. What if that guy figures out that, why the fuck am I texting his girl? What if he pull up? What if she got to be like, hey, oh, I'm sorry? What if she caves and be like, oh, we did this, I'm sorry, this, that, right? And now that motherfucker after me. Could end bad for me, right? Due to my lack of discipline. And it almost cost me. It could have cost me, fellas, right? Thankfully, it didn't, right? If something bad happened, I would have probably known by now. But I doubt nothing bad happened because she just blocked me on TikTok. Everything else no, she didn't block me, you know. I get why she did it. But, fellas, this goes to show you, bro, if you don't exercise discipline in all areas, bro, it will come back to bite you in your ass, right? I just talked to my mother today. She said she had fatty liver disease. My mother had the gastric bypass surgery. She was supposed to keep up with her eating habits. She didn't exercise the discipline with her eating habits. Now she has fatty liver disease after a gastric bypass surgery, right? On pace to probably have to do another one just due to her bad eating habits. If you don't exercise the certain levels of discipline, fellas, in all areas, it will come back to bite you in your ass. That rush, that feeling good of me having sex with that woman and knowing she had a dude, but I didn't care, can come back to bite me in my ass at any moment. right? But that's just the consequences of not being disciplined, fellas. And I came on here to tell y'all that story because, like, I'm human too, and I still deal with the shit too, right? And I probably shouldn't even be telling this story on YouTube, fellas, but y'all would never know who this chick was or what the dynamic was or who it is, right? Only a few people who know me super personal knows what the fuck who this is, right? But even then, it still could just be anybody, right? But even though I shouldn't be telling it, I wanted to tell y'all because I really wanted to be vulnerable and open to y'all. Like, I go through bullshit, and I went through my periods of lack of discipline, and it can cost you, bro. And it almost cost me. And this shit scared me, bro. It put me in a bad headspace because of my lack of discipline, right? And you may be watching this right now, man, and thinking that kind of life is cool. Like, you can just fuck with this chick, fuck with that chick, you know, deal with a bunch of different women and that shit fun, that shit pee, that shit fly. Dog, I tell you, bro, it ain't even all that, bro. You know, it ain't even all that. And I'm not trying to come here and seem like I'm the most that I've dealt with thousands of women and I'm a hoe and I didn't been outside. Yeah, I've been outside, but I ain't the top. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here fucking with 30, 40 different bitches. You know, I don't have time for that, bro. We locked in right now, but I had my fair share, fellas, and a lot of it shouldn't have even happened, but it did due to my lack of discipline. And a lot of y'all watching this video think that shit cool, like I said, and brother, I advise you to exercise as much sexual discipline as possible. I'm not telling you to have fun, not to have fun. I'm not telling you to just go be celibate or go fucking monk mode and not fuck with any women. But especially to the degree where you fucking with a chick with a dude, or you in a situation that you know you probably shouldn't be partaking in, brother, have the sexual discipline, man, to not do that, not put yourself in these fucked up situations, because it could end bad for you. And thankfully it didn't end up ending bad for me, but it's still always a chance, right? And just like I gave them the example with my mother, she had the surgery, she did it, she lost the weight. Then exercise the discipline, and it always comes back to bite you in your ass, right? I haven't read the book Outwitting the Devil, but I've heard a couple passages from it, you know, my friend reading it. And even though I haven't read it, I can imagine this is probably part of the concept, right? My bad, fellas. My phone started to overheat, so I had to let the phone cool down. But yeah, fellas, yesterday was a good day for me, man. Or those couple of days was a good day for me. I was feeling good. Everything was going right. I was editing videos, and then, you know, the devil just showed up and tried to drift me and put some bullshit in my life. Now, thankfully, it didn't go his way, and we overcame that shit. But just goes to show you, man, that shit motherfucker always gonna be present, and it's about how you navigate it, right? And through the grace of God, I was able to navigate it and no bullshit happened. But really, really put me in a fucked up headspace and scared the fuck out of me, truthfully, dog. So, but it goes to show, fellas, like, you gotta have discipline in all areas, man. And if it wasn't for fitness, fellas, I wouldn't even know what discipline is. Like, obviously, I struggle with sexual discipline, which got me in this situation, but I wouldn't even know how to exercise discipline if it wasn't for fitness. I wouldn't even know what discipline is, right? And being that I had fitness to lean back on, being that I had that kind of level of discipline to lean back on, I was able to figure out that, man, the discipline that I exercise in this gym and this meal prep is the same level of discipline I need to exercise in my sexual life. You got to learn how to say no. Learn the art of no. And I had to learn that. But if it wasn't for fitness, I would have never learned it. That's why I always say, man, fitness is everything. Fitness changed my life. Fitness is the foundation. I lost over 100 pounds, right? Due to those principles, right? And if you may be a man, you may not be struggling with fitness. You may be struggling with women and sexual discipline, right? All of that shit is part of self-improvement, and I'm all about self-improvement, man. And if you're looking to improve and exercise discipline, you know, through fitness mainly, but just mindset, man, it's a link down below, you know. to book a call to join the motherfucking program, man. But I'll tell you, bro, if you're not ready to work, if you're not really ready to live this life in all areas, don't book the call. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, fitness is the foundation, but I want everybody to be well versed in everything, man. If you're not ready to work towards that, don't book the call, man. But if you are, let's get to work. Um, Link will be down below. But that'll be the video for the day, fellas, for this phone overheat. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one, man. Just be disciplined, man. Lock the fuck in every area of life. Don't fuck off, right? Don't be out here having sex with these women. Just lock the fuck in. Be disciplined, bro. I'll catch y'all boys in the next video. Peace.